Larry, what are the advantages to being home rule if we were to be fine?
Well, the very advantage that he doesn't like. You can expand within your ETJ, but you know, from everything that I've seen, your best benefit. You know, this town. You're exactly right. What's your tax rate? 48 cents. You know, I'm going to predict if you took, if you expanded, went out and grabbed TU Electric or whoever they're limited, now, you know, your tax rate is going to drop down to probably 20 cents. Now, who's that going to benefit? Everybody that lives and works in this town. Now, what's that going to do to you? When you start trying to attract economic development, you live in the county that's got the cheapest school taxes in Texas, maybe if not in the nation. And then if you all of a sudden have the cheapest city taxes anywhere, then you've got the opportunity. Then you know, Nirvana for somebody that wants to build a big business here. And you already are a huge tourist trap. And that's
we don't have to
Well,
okay, I'm sorry. I didn't mean that. No offense.
You take a fish bet, Billy?
But you are a big tourist attraction.
Thank you.
But all of a sudden you have now you talk about drainage and all these issues. You know, when I got down to where I'm at right now, I had a council tell me we don't have anything that can't be resolved with $25 million. and you know, hopefully you're not spending anything people don't want to spend money on. But ever since I've been around, all I hear is about drainage. And you know, you can go fix it with the state. It's going to help you not if you had the money. You know, the reason you're going to the state is they have bigger resources than you do. You know, if you'd have done it on your own, you could have already had this problem resolved. You know, but how many millions is it going to take to get there? What would your tax rate have to be had you done that? If you go, if you can achieve that, I mean, that's the biggest thing that you're going to be able to do. The other thing is you establish a charter that establishes when you create a city, a home rule city, you know, you do it by charter, and that charter sets the ground rules that councils can't change arbitrarily from one council to the next. It's a set of ground rules that are there until you have a charter election to change them. You can only do that every 2 years. So you know, you don't rapidly change the rules of play. That's the two biggest differences. I mean, there's a lot of little differences.
They don't change with every council that comes in.
No. Sure. I found that it's pretty difficult to have a charter election changed and to make changes. You create a charter committee, you go through the study, and there's some people out there that can help you write a charter today. I mean, some really good consultants, former Texas Municipal League employee, attorneys for Texas Municipal League that are really good at that.
And see, we've got the 2 power plants out there now. We've already got the ETJ that surrounds them.
Right.
But there's a possibility of having 2 more built within that same territory.
You know, it sounds like, you know, we've talked about money with, you know, with ticket writing and police and all that, but you want more police officers to be able to do the kind of thing. If nothing else, to protect and make the tourists that come here feel safe. You've got benefit already of some great hotels, and we're getting more restaurants. I mean, you know, just this week, and you've got to make people feel safe when they come here. And the only way I know to do that is people like to see cop cars. I mean, I don't care what you do that; it makes them feel good.
Makes me slow down too.
Well, but that makes you feel better.
Right.
You know, the big talk about red lights, you know, all the revenue comes with it, but they've slowed down the number of wrecks with these red lights. And that's been overlooked with all this red light discussion. But what's going to get for you is the ability to have money to deal with what the public has said they want you to do, or saying they want you to do. That right now you're saying, how?
Do you know of any ways, any things that we could do that would encourage places like Sunset Heights or Kirk Estates to want, or Biloxi Estates that would make them want to come into the city limits?
You're going to have to be able to make them promises that you can't pay for right now. but, enhanced streets, and fire hydrants if they don't have them, and water and sewer. I live in the county, and I chose to live out there because I wanted the space, and I didn't want to have to fool with stuff going in around me. I did that by means of having enough land around me, so I'm not too worried about what's going to happen. But people come in and don't necessarily buy 10-acre tracts, and then they want to know what goes in around them. There's not going to be something really tall, intrusive, looking right over in their backyard or and those kinds of things that make them, you don't want to think somebody's going to jump on their roof, off their roof onto your roof because it's so close. There's a lot of things that you can do, but it takes money to do them. And it's kind of a catch-22. How do you get beyond that? Well, as long as you can go out and do these friendly annexations that you've been able to do, we can eventually move. And we've told the consultants, we've been very candid with them in the comprehensive plan meeting that, we know we're going to grow out here, so we want to protect the citizenry, but we want to be able to grow that direction as far as the power plant.